Hello guys, today we're going to be showing you how to replace the brakes on a Santa Fe 2008. Let's get started. First, you want to bump up the car before you have access to the tire. Second, you need to break the tires loose. You just need to make them loose. So you just put whatever tool you use on these little brackets, the little nuts, and just do it a little bit on each one. Not like that.
Now you want to take the tire off? Yep, and then you want to take the tire off?
Now you want to take the tire off. We already tried to get it loose because it was kind of stuck, but I just want to try to get it off. Woo!
And wheel it over to the side.
You put it over to the side. Don't leave it like
Lay
this.
it down. Mm-hmm.
You want to lay it down where you...
Nope. Lay it on the back side so you don't mess up the rim.
Like that. Now it's time for the next step. Now what we need to do is take the screws out for the caliper. So you might need...
There's going to be two.
Yep.
One up here and one underneath. Because this, what is this?
This is
That's the caliper.
the caliper.
So we're going to take that off, and it's just two screws back here.
Alright, so now we got all the nuts off. So now what we want to do is take this off carefully, because we don't want to break this line.
Yeah, that's the brake line. So we're just going to take this caliper off. So we tilt it up
Whoop,
and set it
right.
right up over there. So now we just make sure it's nice and secure. And now we're ready for the next step.
Yep. So now what we're doing is we're going to take the brake pad, this brake pad, the caliper, and see this brake pad? You want to keep this in. Don't take it out.
And why do you want to leave it in?
For the new...
So that way, when the C-clamp is pushing, it's going to push on the old brake pad instead of on the caliper.
Yeah. So you want this to go as far out as it can. Don't do it too much, but do it to where it stops.
So you just use that C-clamp and continue to push it in, which is pushing all of the brake fluid back into the brake fluid chamber, and allows us to have full access to put the new brake pads in, right?
Yep.
All right.
I might need a little bit of help. Now you can see it is pushed all the way back now. All right, so now looking at the I can't say it.
Caliper.
Anyway, caliper, yeah. You want to look at this little part right here. You want to take this completely off.
Just a little bit on each side. It's probably just a little locked up again. So pull a little on this side.
There we go.
On that side, there we go.
This is the part you want to take out.
And the reason we want to take that off is because we're going to go through and clean these and put new grease on them so that it slides properly.
Exactly. See you in the next part. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna get some brake spray, like some brake cleaner, and you're gonna take your caliper, be careful, and wipe it down.
We want to make sure those are nice and clean, so when we put the caliper grease on it, it slides really smooth.
Nasty.
Yeah. And you do it to both sides, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Now we're gonna take some caliper grease. This is kind of old, so it's dirty, so don't worry about it. We don't judge. So what you want to do is just put a teensy weensy bit of it. Don't put a whole lot, or it's,
If you put too much on it, then
It'll
it can
mess
keep
up.
it from working.
yeah.
No, put it on the thing.
Do like that, and just rub. Whoop. And you're just gonna be like, oh, it smells bad. It smells like paint. I know.
You want to put more than that, though, on there. And then you're going to do that on both sides?
Yep. And then after that, we'll show you the next steps. Now we're gonna take the part from earlier that we took off, and we just put some stuff in there to make it easier. With that grease, you don't want it to touch any other thing.
So we don't want to get grit in there when we got to be able to move, because that needs to move.
Yeah. And you don't want to put it this way. That's wrong. Do it upside down like that.
Mm-hmm. You can always take a picture of the caliper before you start so that you can easily remember.
Alright, here's a tip. How to check if it's working. Just do this back and forth. Well, get a good grip first, and then do it back and forth and see if it'll move, because it needs to move.
It should move freely back and forth, right?
Yep.
All right.
If it is, then we can go to the next step. Now what we need to do is take off is it the rotor?
It's the rotor.
So first, how we take it off, you may ask. You see these two little screws? We need to take these off first. We're using power tools. So, you just need to get a Phillips. That's all you really need. And a power tool, obviously. And unscrew this. Well, make sure, yeah, it's on a reverse. Try to keep it still. Take one out, put it under here. Take the other out, don't lose it, like I about did, and take that out. Now we can move on. Now what we need to do is take this off. And you're probably gonna be like, oh, it's super hard, what do I do? You can get this type of hammer.
Or a mini sledge.
Yep, or a mini sledgehammer to get it off. We prefer this because it's more easier. My dad's gonna do this part, so it won't be on camera. And after that, we can move on.
All right, so on this, you want to be careful of where you're hitting, because you don't want to hit stuff and break a bunch of stuff. So you got to be careful. And this has a guard around it, so there's a spot right here that I can hit it. So I'm going to hit it over in this area, and then I'll spin it and hit it again a few times until we get this thing knocked loose. And like that.
Now we can move on. Alright, so now we got this off. Obviously, my dad did it. I showed it. Even though I said I didn't. Got you. So you want to take your brand new one. And also, don't forget, you need to see these little holes right here? Tiny holes? Tiny, tiny holes. You want to line it up with the screw holes. Don't forget that.
Need help? There you go.
Technical difficulties. Whew, they're heavy. Now, we will show this on camera. We just need a simple thing. Just simply get your old screws that you had and screw these bad boys back in. And yes, power tools. And we don't leave it on reverse. Make it go the opposite direction. And yes, power tool. All right. So, just do this like so. Yes, it'll do that. Don't get scared. All right. Now it's time for the next step.
Okay, so now this is a little more difficult, so I'm going to do this for Blake. You should have your metal pieces in here that your brake pads are going to line in with, and now we're going to put the brake pads on. When you have a new set of brake pads, you have one brake pad that looks like that, and then you're going to have one brake pad that has this piece on it. This is the wear piece, so when you hear screeching when you're braking, that is this piece making noise to let you know that your brake pad is getting too small and it's getting close to time to replace them. So to start with, first what we're going to do is we're going to take some more of that caliper grease and we're going to put that on the back side of these brake pads. The reason we're doing this is because those ride against the metal pieces on the caliper, and it can make noise, or as it's sliding because the pieces are moving in and out, it can cause things to just not be very good. It can cause noise, it can cause friction and cause things to get out of touch. So we put a little bit of grease that will allow everything to move nice and smooth once we have it together.
Try to show the back.
So there, because I don't know exactly where it's going to hit somewhere on this metal piece, I just go ahead and put it on the entire area. And you put it on the back side, not on the front where the brake pad is.
Yep.
So now it's just about getting these to fit inside the metal pieces. It's not always fun, it's not always easy, but generally you have to make sure that this piece of the caliper is all the way in. That allows you to have enough room to work and get these in. Like I said, sometimes they're finicky and a pain, so we'll probably fast forward through this.
All right. See you in the next part.
All right, so now we have both the brake pads in. You can see here they're both in. You want to make sure that you press out on both sides so that they're as far wide as they can be, because now we're going to put it onto the new rotor here. So it might be slightly snug because it's a new rotor and new pads. So when you go to put this on, make sure that you don't have this all twisted in the wrong way like this, because then you'll cause that to break. You want to make sure that it is free flowing. So now, my brake pads moved a little on me. So now we're going to take it. You start it off with the front edge, and then you just slide it on. And now we'll let Blake take over to put the bolts back in.
Now what you want to do is get your old fellow little screws. Well, nuts, whatever you would call them.
No, those are bolts.
Yeah, either one. So you just want to put these back in the place you had them, which is back here. And you want to first start it with hand. because you don't want to start it with any of your tools. So now I'm going to show you this on video, just in case you want to know how to do it. So when you try to put it on, don't try to put it on and then just don't do anything, because you need to wiggle this around a little bit to get it in the right place, and then do it. You don't want to just do that and not move it, because it won't work at all. So first, like I said, you hand start it. Don't use any tools until it gets hard for you. That should be good. Now we gotta go to the bottom one. Yeah, guys, I'm having a happy day today. Now what you want to do is get your breaker bar. If you don't have one, then I think you can do something about it.
You can figure out how to use a pipe and make an extension for this, but you want to get good leverage to make sure you get it nice and tight.
So do you guys notice how this is super long? It's kind of acting like this to lift the car up, which makes it have more power, so you can get it way tighter. So we just do that, and then we go to the back to where our little screws are. Alright, so now everything is tight. So now all you have to do is take your tire that you put to the side back on. Alright, now we just need to get all these old bolts we did at the start of the very start of the video. So, first you get your tire and you put it back on. We already did. And
You gonna tell them the trick about putting the tire on?
Yep. So when you pick the tire up, you don't want to just pick it up, because you're just gonna really struggle. Use your feet to kind of help you lift it up into the bolts. Well, more into the screws, but yeah. And first what you want to do is start them all by hand. So you want to kind of place this down like that and kind of go like that.
Use your tool to help you.
Alright, so now it's actually power tool. So, you just want to get your tool like usual. Put that baby on. Yeah. Alright, look, it's on. And change it. Whoop, it locked on me. There we go. There we go. Now make sure you do this across from each one, because if you just do it like that, it could make it like that, like a lot of different things. So you just want to do it across from each one. I'm gonna do it boom, 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 boom. No. Like boom, 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 boom. Well, anyway, yeah. Now the tire is completely on. I'm gonna double check them, and then we can move on. Alright, so now we want to obviously take your keys, get in the car, and you want to turn it on.
You have to add brake in.
Now pump the brake 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll get tougher. 5, 6.
So what's it feel like to start with, and then what happens?
It feels like you're not even pressing on anything, and then it starts to get real hard.
So it's going to start really, it's going to go straight down to the ground, really easy, and then it's going to get tighter and tighter. And what's happening when that happens?
It's adjusting.
It's adjusting the brakes so that the brakes are in proper position now, right?
Now, it's nice and stiff now. Alright, so now we are going to do a slow test drive. You guys, don't do it fast or you're going to crash.
Do it. I'm watching you.
So we want to go slow, try hitting the brakes slow to a stop, get back up to 10-20 mile an hour, hit the brakes slow again, then let the car drive a little bit, about 20 mile an hour, and then hit the brakes hard 2 or 3 times to stop, and 20, stop, 20, stop. And if everything acts normal, then
we're good. Bye. Thank you for watching.